Hello, my lovely people. Welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a hot minute. I was at my parents' house, like I said. Took my camera, didn't take anything to charge the battery, and battery decided to die, so I couldn't film, and then everything got crazy, and I was like, it's not gonna hurt if I wait an extra day or two. So I'll just go through to the next or the last of the 7 deadly sins and give you an update then. So that's what I decided to do. So going back a week now, 8 days, we'll just go ahead and get started on my Maynia progress. So the first item on the list is from the 20th of May, and that is Serenity, which is a Northern Expression Needleworks design, and it's supposed to be one color of like variegated floss with like beads. I chose a solid color of floss. I haven't gotten any of my beads yet. I was thinking orange and pink beads, but then my fabric turned out to be a little bit different than I expected, so my plans might change. Alright, so this is the amount of work that I got done. That's a lot of work. You can see, and I was super happy. That might not, yeah, that is right side up. It's 90 degrees rotationally symmetrical, so it doesn't really matter, but yeah. So anyway, I started and, started all the way around the scrolls and then started going back to finish the crosses. This is, it's called Barnwood Gray. It's kind of a purpley-ish. You can't really tell, but I don't know how well it's gonna go with the orange and pink beading that I had in mind. So this may just have to wait until I decide. What do you guys think? I mean, I don't know if orange and pink would work with this color, and this color is not the best. Like I said, this is much more purple, but this is definitely hot pink. Do you think pink and orange would work, or should I do something different, like pinks and purples? I was thinking the pink and orange might still work because it's such a contrast to the coolness, but I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Don't need to decide anytime soon. Anyway, that was Serenity. That was from the 20th. Oh, and by the way, this is silk from the silk mill, I believe. Feels really nice. Doesn't tangle like cotton thread, but if you're working with it, just be prepared to be frustrated, and make sure your hands and nails are in a very good condition, because the silk will like fray, even with the the rough edges you get from working with fabric, because your skin's dry from touching fabric and having it absorb the moisture. So just, if you're planning on working with silk, be prepared to have really nice hands when you're doing it. Anyway, so that was the 20th. The 21st was supposed to be Ex Machina, which is a heaven and earth design, steampunk. So excited to work on it, but like I told you guys last time, lost the fabric. Don't know where it is. I hope I find it one day. But yeah. So I decided to start a different heaven and earth design. I decided to start Blooming Love, which is, oh my goodness, is that not amazing? Like, that's amazing. It's so pretty. And I picked this denim blue fabric to work on, and then I just started with one of the lighter blues. So you can see I did a lot of confetti type work. And it is 2/1 tent stitch. That seems to be my go-to for anything over 25. So 28 and up, really, I've done 2/1 tent stitch. Like I mentioned, I think a while back, this is my first time really working with you know, different types of fabric other than Aida, and different kinds of threads even other than DMC. And when I say first time, I mean like this month of May is really the first time I've started branching out. So I'm still trying to find what I like. But I seem to be preferring 2/1/10 stitch to 1/1 full crosses on anything over 25 count, which in my opinion, my experience, my preference, is the smallest you can go, where 2/1, sorry, still looks good. But, you know, that's just my preference, and it'll probably change from piece to piece. But anyway, 2/1/10 stitch, Blooming Love. I'm excited. And this fabric is very nice to work on. It feels nice, but it's still stiff. It's not like super crumbly like some fabric is. So that was that. And then the 22nd was my next Teapot. Random thread. That thread, I think, goes with Blooming Love. So we'll just stick it in there. Okay. The 22nd was the Summer Teapot, and I just took a bunch of the blues that I had been using for the winter and the spring over to my parents' house. But as similar as everything looks, they seem to be using different blues for all of them. So there were only 3 of the blues that matched, but I did all of them and got quite a bit done. So that I'm pretty stoked about. Got a decent amount done there. And then the next day was the 23rd, and I was super excited about that one because that was the one where I got to start Ocean's Dream, which is the very first time I've bought a material pack from Heaven and Earth Design, and I love the pattern, and I got a bit done. So, but this is, I had ordered 40 count gauze, but because of everything that's going on, they're out of stock on 40 count silk gauze until the end of the year. So they changed it to 25 count Lugana, and then the additional thread that I would need, the additional DMC floss that I would need at no charge, which was very nice of them. So anyway, 25 count Lugana, and a bit of work on that one. So, and then was the next of the 7 deadly sins, which is Vanity. So that one I got to work on, and you know, it's the same with the blue. Might just need a marker because there's so many stitches. Like, this is 1,500 stitches probably, and there's still this whole area right here to fill in, and that's just the beginning of that purple color. So, but anyway, got a good bit done on that one. Ooh, you can see me through the fabric. That's kind of cool. That you want to see my face. Anyway, the next day would have been the 24th. 25th. Yes, 25th. The 25th. Yes, because that was the 24th. Is Bouquet of Roses, which was a pattern I got off of Etsy. I decided to start with a light blue-gray because it's the first color that I found when I was going through my floss. So, but anyway, it's lower in the pattern. It's the start of the basket. This pattern is a little bit interesting. Pattern Keeper's not really doing great with recognizing the symbols on this one. And So it's been a little bit difficult, but we're trekking along on it. This one might be one that I end up just printing out, just because it seems like Pattern Keeper is struggling a little bit, but we'll see. We'll see what I decide later on. And then the next day, which would be the 26th, I decided to start on the last of the teapots. And here's what I got done. Now, do you see how far over this is? How close this is to the edge? I miscounted. So from the center, this first stitch over here was supposed to be 43 stitches. I counted 33 stitches, so everything's shifted over. It will fit, but it won't leave a ton of room for nice framing, and it'll bother me. So this is maybe 50 or so stitches. It's gonna come out, but didn't do it that night because I just wasn't doing it. Nope. It was late in the evening. I wasn't feeling good. Wasn't about to sit there and pull out stitches because that would have just made me angry. So this one's gonna have to be completely restarted, which is fine. Like I said, it's only 50 stitches or so. It's 50 stitches on 14 count Ada, which is a lot better than trying to pick out, 50 stitches of whatever on like this fabric. Because that would not have been fun. That's 30 count linen. But anyway, this is gonna have to get unpicked and redone. Yay. Then yesterday, I spent most of the afternoon watching the lead up to the SpaceX launch and stitching. The SpaceX launch, it's the Falcon 9 and the Dragon Crew, the Crew Dragon. Yeah. First time American astronauts have been launched from American soil in 9 years since the shuttle program has ended. Since then, we've been paying Russia an exorbitant amount per astronaut to launch on the Suez to get up to the ISS. So this marks a huge step forward. It's, a private company. It's amazing advances in technology. Very, very exciting, but, we still have to bend to the will and the whims of Mother Nature. Lightning, weather. Not even weather at the Cape, weather downrange, but it's important if anything goes wrong that weather within the abort range stays clear. So they've got another launch window on Saturday, so hopefully we'll get to see that. I'm excited. I'm a bit of a NASA nerd, in case any of you were not aware. I'm not a bit of a NASA nerd. I'm a huge NASA nerd. I own probably 75% of all books ever written about the moonshot. So, but anyway, I was watching that and stitching on the final 7 Deadly Sins, which is Wrath. So this one has a lot of this one has a lot of black in it. It's Wrath is, like black and orange, like fire and ash and brimstone kind of thing. So the first color was 310 black. So it goes down here and over here, and then it's got a big thing in the center. And so, but I ended up, talking with friends and doing other random things yesterday while I was watching. And so I didn't get a ton of stitching done, which is fine. But I got a decent amount done. It doesn't look like a lot. Like, it's tiny. Like, my hands are tiny. And, but it's 30 count. So it's quite a few stitches. And then it takes forever to count and recount and recount and recount because, you have to make sure this is right. And I'm just not going to be gridding these. No, not happening. So, but anyway, that was yesterday. Today is the 28th of May. And today I was supposed to be working on Bramble and Roses. which was another Northern Expressions needleworks. The silk for that one is still not here. I ordered it like 3 months ago, but it came from Australia. They're pretty strict about shipping right now, so not really worried. Maybe them an email, but anyway, so don't have that one. So my backup for that one was a dimensions pattern, a dimensions kit of a peacock. So that's what I'm starting today, what I did start earlier today. I meant to film this morning, but you know, charging, for some reason the battery won't charge, so now it's the camera itself is plugged into the wall, so maybe that'll charge the battery, because the battery won't charge on its little charger thing. Anyway, so that's what I've been working on today. Tomorrow was supposed to be In This House We Do Geek. Was very excited for that one. The shipping date on that one was supposed to be, it was back ordered, so it was supposed to ship the 21st of May. I checked, and it's now pushed back to the 31st of May. Who knows if that'll shift, but 123 Stitch doesn't charge you until you ship, so it's fine. So for tomorrow, I'm going to be working on the other Heaven and Earth design material pack that I ordered. Yes, I did order these. Yes, I know they're expensive, and I did order these before I lost my job. So, don't come for me. But anyway. So Winter Butterfly, that's what I'll be working on tomorrow. Same story as a couple weeks ago. I've got to pick my mom up from the airport, so I'll probably take that with me, and I'll have plenty of time to work on that while I'm waiting for her. I'll probably even have to leave earlier tomorrow morning because it's supposed to be a bit stormy. And I don't know if they do this where you live. I kind of experienced it in a lot of places, except up north. Up north, they know how to drive in weather. But in the south and on the west coast, people go bonkers when it rains. And I'm like, it's water. It's coming from the sky. It's been doing that for the entirety of the Earth's existence. For 4 point whatever billion years, 4.7, 3.7, something like that. For several billion years, water has been coming out of the sky and landing on the Earth. Stop going nuts. Don't put your hazards on. By the way, putting your hazards on while you're driving is incorrect, illegal, and dangerous. You're a distraction, and if your car is a hazard lights, then you should not be on the road. If you don't feel comfortable driving to the point where you have to put your hazards on, pull over to the side of the road. Don't drive with your hazards on. It's illegal and distracting and dangerous. Don't do it. Then again, Georgia drivers do a lot of things they shouldn't. Sorry, that's a bit of a pet peeve of mine, in case you couldn't tell. Then the next day, so working on Winter Butterfly, Heaven and Earth design. That one is a much smaller count than the 25 count. I don't remember exactly what it was. It might have been 36 count. I don't remember. Doesn't matter. It's going to be fun anyway. So then the next day, which is the 30th, will be another day of watching the launch. That is their first backup launch date, and then Sunday the 31st is the next backup launch date. So the 30th, I will be working on the Peacock Mandala, however you want to pronounce it. So I started that one earlier this month in cool tones, purples, blues, and greens. This one is going to be started in warm tones, so pinks, reds, oranges, and I believe there's a yellow. No, there's no yellow because the contrast color is a glittery gold, so I did oranges, pinks, and reds. So yeah, there's that. And then on the 31st, that was supposed to be blue Moroccan lace, I don't remember. It's a chatelaine. I was very excited about it. I ordered a kit. 2 months after I ordered the kit, they canceled the order and refunded my money. Like, if you weren't gonna ship it, you couldn't have let me know 2 months ago? It's annoying because I was counting on it and I was excited for it, and then they just didn't ship it. Anyway, that one I have decided for the very last day of Maynia, I am going to start my most maniacal piece of all. The supersized small Magellanic Cloud by Heaven and Earth Design. It is a NASA image, and it is 999 by 999 stitches. Yeah. And it's max color. And you know what I'm gonna do on this one? I'm gonna do extreme cross country. So, because my OCD will not allow anything less, I'm going to be adding one row and one column. And it'll just be whatever is like next to it or whatever works. So, you know, probably most of it'll be dark blues and blacks. There might be a golden in there if there's like a star on the edge. So it's going to be a full million stitch piece. And I'm going to do it extreme cross country. I told you it was maniacal. But then again, haven't I proven already that I'm bat crazy? I don't want to curse. I curse like a sailor most of the time, but you know. Anyway, that is my plan through the end of the month, and I know it's going to happen because I have the materials for it. So that is the plan. As for June, I don't know what I want to do yet. I think what I want to do is kind of a heavenly summer, a heavenly June, something like that. I'm really digging my Heaven and Earth designs right now, all of them. Those seem to be the ones I'm really getting into and enjoying. Sorry for that face. That was a face. But those are the ones I'm enjoying right now, and so I thought maybe I'll do, just rotate between all of my different Heaven and Earth design patterns as the mood strikes me through the month of June. So that's what I might be maybe doing. June and July are going to be a little bit crazy. My sister's going to be moving in with me for like short-term, temporarily moving in with me, because she's going up to grad school in the fall, but my parents are moving now away. So and she has a job here in our hometown that she doesn't want to quit, and a boyfriend she doesn't want to leave. You're going from Georgia to Pittsburgh, you're leaving him. But anyway, she's leaving for graduate school in the fall, in August, so she's going to be staying with me for a couple of months. This beautiful couch that my parents bought me when I moved in here was basically them paying rent for her to live with me for 2 months, which is cool. It's going to be her bed, because I only have one bedroom and one bed. And if she wants a mattress, I am fine moving my stuff out of the kitchen area. That's my crafting area that I'm not currently using a ton because I'm more into cross-stitching, which doesn't require a big cutting table, which is basically what's in my kitchen. I'm fine moving that, shoving that over to the wall so she can have a bed over there. She's got an air mattress, so that might be a thing. Who knows? Anyway, June, the moral of that story is that June and July might be crazy. So maybe I'm thinking, you know, June and July will be a heavenly summer. I don't know if that's what I want to call it. I don't know if it matters what I call it, but Heaven and Earth designs for the win. And then I also really like Cross Stitch Studio. I'm working on my Edwardian Lady, which I haven't shown you guys in forever because it's not a new start, and I have only been working on new starts during this month. But they're doing another challenge in June, so that might be a side project that I'm participating in. So, but I'm looking forward to getting back to some of my Heaven and Earths, you know, Aphrodite and the Sistine Chapel, Ocean's Dream, Operator Malfunction. I love that one. I love that one so much. I'm not normally someone who does like cutesy, kitschy, cartoony type things to hang up on my wall, but that one is so adorable and I love it so much. And I've been talking for half an hour now. Cool. So anyway, those are my plans. Let me know what you think about my future plans. August will probably be, I have a kind of idea. It's my birthday month, so it might be my birthday. I think as a present to me, there's a special thing I want to start, but we'll discuss all that later because my camera is about to cut off on me at 30 minutes because that's what it does. So anyway, thanks for hanging with me. I will see you all either on the 31st of May or on the 1st of June. And I will actually be there on one of those days this time, I promise. Promise. My fingers aren't crossed or anything. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me. Thanks for listening to my rambling. And I will talk to you all very soon. Bye, guys.